Imagine an explosion so powerful that it defies comprehension. A weapon so destructive that it redefines the very concept of nuclear power. Today, we're going to talk about the Tsar Bomba, the most powerful nuclear weapon ever tested. To understand the Tsar Bomba, we must first go back to 1945 with the American bombs Little Boy and Fat Man. Little Boy was dropped on Hiroshima on August 6, 1945, with a yield of approximately 15 kilotons. It leveled the city, causing the deaths of 140,000 people within a few months. 3 days later, Fat Man struck Nagasaki with a slightly higher yield of about 21 kilotons, killing 70,000 people instantly. These two bombs marked the beginning of the nuclear age, but they are nothing compared to what the Soviets would go on to create. Now, let us move forward in time to October 30, 1961. On that day, the Soviet Union tested the Tsar Bomba over the Novaya Zemlya archipelago in the Arctic. The explosion was unprecedented. The Tsar Bomba released an energy equivalent to 50 megatons of TNT. That is more than 3,300 times the power of Little Boy. But here's an astonishing fact. The bomb was tested at only 50% of its maximum capacity. Soviet scientists had originally designed it to reach 100 megatons, but that would have been too dangerous, even for them. To better understand the scale of this explosion, here are a few comparisons. The nuclear mushroom cloud of the Tsar Bomba reached an altitude of 64 kilometers, nearly touching the edge of space. The shockwave traveled around the Earth 3 times. The heat released could have caused third-degree burns more than 100 kilometers from the epicenter. Even windows located 900 kilometers away were shattered by the blast wave. The test took place over Novaya Zemlya, a frozen and isolated archipelago. This location was ideal for Soviet nuclear testing because it was far from major population centers. However, even in this remote region, the effects were terrifying. Residents of a village located 55 kilometers from the explosion saw their homes literally blown apart. Fortunately, the area was nearly uninhabited, preventing a human catastrophe. Despite its immense power, the Tsar Bomba was never used in combat. Why? First, it was simply too massive, impossible to transport easily or deploy in real wartime conditions. Second, its use would have resulted in total destruction, or at the very least would have been extremely devastating to the planet. Even for the Soviets, it was primarily a weapon of deterrence, a clear message sent to their adversaries during the Cold War. Today, the Tsar Bomba remains a terrifying demonstration of what humanity is capable of creating. Compared to Little Boy and Fat Man, it represents a colossal technological leap, but also a chilling reminder of the destructive power of nuclear weapons. It symbolizes the thin line between deterrence and total destruction.